I stuffed a pancake in my mouth and grabbed my backpack. "Bye, honey," Mom called out as I closed the front door. "Have a great day at school." "Yeah, whatever," I muttered. The truth was, it was probably not going to be a good day. Every day was pretty much the same, and none of them were great. I didn't like going to school, and grade 5 was getting tough. Lars was one of the main reasons. He was the class bully, and he took particular enjoyment in making my life difficult. He liked to pick on me because of the way I am. Ever since I can remember, everyone constantly told me I was different. My doctors and family tried to use positive words like gifted or special needs, but it all boiled down to the same thing. I had Asperger's syndrome. I've always been this way, so it felt normal to me. But I knew I wasn't like everyone else. I knew that I didn't act like other kids my age. I had trouble making friends, or even looking people in the eye. I wasn't good with change, and I had my own way of doing things. My sister said I was compulsive when she saw the way I arranged my socks by color and size. I also didn't enjoy the same things as my classmates, like going to parties and hanging out. I couldn't be bothered with other people. Honestly, I would rather be alone and play Minecraft. When I got to school, I didn't make eye contact with anyone and kept to myself. It was better that way. It was easier for me if people acted like I wasn't there. I marched straight to my locker to do my morning ritual. Every morning, I rearranged and counted my Star Wars figurines. They have to be in a particular order. "Hey, Clayton," Trevor called out. Trevor was pretty much my only friend. He was a total nerd, but that didn't bother me. "How's it going?" Trevor asked. "Geez, can't you see that I'm busy?" I said with an annoyed tone. "You know, I count my action figures every morning." Trevor just laughed. He didn't mind how different I was. "All right, see you later, Gator." The day went on as usual. Math class was amazing. The funny thing was that I wasn't good with people, but I was really good with numbers. I could add and multiply numbers all day long without making any mistakes. After that, it was gym class, which was my least favorite. I wasn't what you would call sporty. During the volleyball match, I couldn't serve the ball over the net. I felt stupid. "Look, everybody, it's chicken legs," Lars yelled out, as some of the other classmates giggled. Chicken legs was one of the nicknames Lars gave me. I didn't even think it was that funny. "Aw, little chicken legs can't get the ball over the net again," Lars continued. "Maybe we should put the net lower before he starts crying. Wah, wah." I started clicking my tongue. I did that when I got nervous. It just made everyone laugh at me even more. I didn't like most people, but I really detested Lars. He was the meanest guy I had ever met. He knew I had Asperger's. Everybody did. But that didn't stop him from being cruel. It was lunchtime now, so everybody piled into the cafeteria. I sat at a table alone with Trevor. When I ate, I had particular habits. First of all, I only ate certain things. If a food had a gross texture or smell, like eggs, it was out. Also, different foods couldn't touch each other, or I couldn't eat them. So I opened my lunchbox and placed the food separately, on pieces of saran wrap. Lars crept up behind me. "Why do you have to be such a freak?" he yelled out. "You're so weird." I didn't know what to say. I felt so helpless. When I got home, I plopped down onto my bed. "Honey, are you okay?" Mom asked. "It's Lars. He was making fun of me again today." I cried. "Oh, I see," she replied. "Remember I told that sometimes kids like to be mean, especially when you're different? It doesn't matter what he says. You should just ignore him." This was always her advice. It's just that sometimes it was hard to ignore it. Some days I got so annoyed with Lars that I felt like hitting him. I would never do that, of course. Other days, I wanted to say mean things back to him, like how dumb he is and how he can't solve a math problem to save his life. But Mom always said to never stoop to his level. So how do I stand up for myself in the right way? Things got worse the next day. I was counting my Star Wars figurines in my locker during the lunch break, and suddenly I heard Lars behind me. "What you got there, chicken legs?" he sneered. There was no way I was going to let Lars touch my action figures, but before I had a chance to do anything, he took my head and slammed it into my locker. Then he grabbed some of my action figures and ran off. This was the last straw. I couldn't let him get away with this, so I ran after him, down the hallway. Lars ran outside into the courtyard, and I followed him. He was going towards the street. Before I could catch up with him, he threw the action figures into the street. I watched as they all got run over by the cars passing by. My heart sank. This was too much. I could feel the blood boiling inside my body. I wanted to throw Lars to the ground, but I controlled myself. Instead, I did something I have never done before. I spoke up. "Lars," I shouted. "I've had enough of this." I yelled so loud that all the students stopped to listen. "I'm getting really tired of coming to school and being bullied by you. It's not fair." You know what else is not fair? I was born with Asperger's syndrome. I never asked for it, but it came anyway. I've been in and out of hospitals for over half my life, and I have to do therapy 4 times a week. I know everybody thinks I'm weird, but the truth is, I feel normal. This is the way I am, and I can't change it, so I'm not going to take your crap anymore. Just then, a few teachers ran out, because they had heard what happened. I felt really good about myself. It felt great to stand up and speak my mind. The next day, during morning assembly, Principal Jenner spoke to the whole school. "I want everybody to understand that we have a zero-tolerance policy for bullying at our school," he said. "Lars has been suspended for 3 days, and if his actions continue, he can get expelled. I want all of you to feel safe walking down these halls." It felt good that justice had been served. I still had Asperger's syndrome, and people may choose to make fun of me again, but the bullying with Lars was over. I felt more confident than I had in a while. It felt good to stand up for myself.